Ken here, Electrical Hour 2. G'day Mitch, how are you?
Right.
We're now talking about some issues that can come across with CT installations on a domestic situation. What's some of the common causes that you get asked from sparkies in the field?
Yeah, so a really common one is first of all, we get it. A lot of times it's the first time you're working with CTs or having to take measurements out of them and things like that. So the important thing to do is, yes, we've got the wiring, yes, we've got the guide and all that, but you need to test via our app, and we've got some supporting resources for that. The most common thing that we see is there's an indicator on the back of the CT that says, pointing to load, and tells you what direction to install the CT. But what can happen is if you transpose the wiring to that CT, that's the same as inverting the CT. Because it's just it reverses all the readings out of it. So the key thing is you might be working with a 6-pair cable, a 6-core cable with a 3-phase unit. It's so easy just to mix one up or wire it positive, negative, and negative and positive at the other end. So make sure it's just about making sure you test before you leave site, because this is something that we can't always reverse in the back end.
Yep.
It would require a return to site.
Yep.
The other one is going to be the location of the CT. We see plenty of people trying to install the CT around the supply under the cover, and that's not where it goes. It goes in the switchboard around as far upstream as you can get it around the consumer's main. So it's the CT is the eyes of the charger. It's what it's making decisions on. So if you install it anywhere other than around the incoming supply, it's going to impact the performance, potentially not see solar export, and then give them the features that they're asking for. So make sure you wire it right, do your testing via the Evnex installation app, and get the CTs as far upstream as possible.
Yep. Now, we did one the other day, and we're just going through some testing and what you could experience. And we had this wired correctly. So it's got line and load. There'd be a nice big arrow on there. So line on one side, and then the load pointing towards your switchboard. So we're looking at the app and doing some charging, and we could notice both sine waves were actually going opposite to each other. So when you're doing your test, they must go the same way. So they're either going both down or they're going both up. If that's what they're doing, then you know that your CT is wired correctly. In this case, they were going opposite to each other, and we're thinking, I've wired this incorrectly. So when you're doing the test, make sure that your solar inverter is actually switched off when you're doing your amp testing. Pretty important to do that. So that way you eliminate any power being exported back into the grid. That's pretty important to do that. So that when the inverter's been turned off, you're now doing some testing, and you'll notice that both waves, when you'll see these when you're on the app, they'll both be going up or they're both going down. You know that you've got your CT wired incorrectly on the line going into your main switch. That's what it needs to go. And it's just simply you're flicking it off onto one side, that wraps around, and you'll hear that little click. So that's very, very important. There it is right there. So
yeah, they can be tough to get into a tight subboard, especially if you don't get, it's not on a hinged panel. Sometimes guys are putting these in the roof if they need to. So you can get quite creative. Some people are cutting a blank plate above the switchboard to get it snapped around the.
Yeah,
if
right.
you've got SDIs in the wall, stuff like that. So, just plan the install. If you've got a board where there's not a hinged panel, just get prepared for it to be a little bit, potentially tricky.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you allow for that in your quote, it's not too bad. The other thing to make sure you isolate solar batteries as well, because they can export or be offsetting any import and just mess with any readings. You don't get a clean reading. So you need to isolate your solar and your solar battery to make sure that when you're applying load to the house to test the CTs to see you test your current, and then it shows you a power graph below it. If you see an uptrend in your current and then a downtrend in your power calculation, then you know that the CT is in the wrong direction. It's transposed.
Yeah, very important while you're doing your testing. That's the only time you got to make sure that you've isolated those other supplies is during your testing. Awesome, thanks.